The thing that I've always kind of talked to my team about is that not everyone's our customer. We can't sell 100% of the people. And so by focusing in this niche, it allowed us to find the right customer. Just like Carvana, people buying cars without test driving it. Sometimes homeowners are okay, not having that person at the kitchen table. And many people have actually said it's a miracle to them. Like, oh, thank you so much. I didn't want that. And if you think from a scalability perspective, my team is selling roofs in Florida, in New Jersey, in New Mexico, in Utah, in Texas, in Arizona, all from right here in Arizona. So one, it's scalable, but also it's a lot more manageable. All the calls are recorded very easily because they're on the phone or on a Zoom call. I can walk out there and listen in real time. So there's a lot of kind of operational and leverage benefits there. And so that was really appealing to the private equity space because it provides a real roadmap and a real system to be able to sell roofing in 48 or 50 states, which is has always been kind of one of the challenges in the roofing space. Is how do you take it national? How do you provide that consistency when a roof in Oregon is so much different than a roof in Arizona? How do you scale without sacrificing quality or without having kind of the franchise model where it's like, yeah, we're in 28 states, but Bob over there doesn't do it the same way, Jim doesn't do it, and Steve doesn't even come to the calls, but I think when you can control the leads and the sales, then the rest of what you're doing is producing at the local level, and that becomes a lot more easy to manage and systemize, because if you have one branch that's doing 20 million a year and your other branches are doing 5 million a year, it's tough to then tell that person doing 20 million a year what to do or to do it differently, or to, they're 50% of the revenue. What are you going to tell them? And I think by centralizing the sales and the leads, which we still have our field teams, we still have our teams that go out, they still do a ton as well. But I think long-term kind of the vision of being able to centralize increases the scalability.
Yeah, definitely. And there are so many challenges with scaling and moving into new locations. So you were acquired by Elite Construction Solutions, right? Mike Braun and the team over there, who've I've known for years. He's been on the podcast a couple times, what were some of the things? I think for a lot of people that are starting to get into this acquisition area of their business, and they're starting to get some attention, they're starting to get the phone calls. How did you go through the process of make sure it was the right fit for you guys?
I think it starts with defining what you want and having clear vision on that, because there's enough players in this space, somebody will give you what you want. But if you don't know what you want going into it, then you're going to struggle and you're going to probably end up unhappy. And for me, what I wanted a clear pathway to be able to take this to the next level. I wanted a decent ramp, and I'm a salesperson at heart, so I wanted to bet on myself. I didn't value getting a ton of money at close. I drive a company truck to this day. I'm perfectly happy in the house I'm in. So it's like, okay, great, give me $5 million tomorrow. What am I going to do? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing now. I'm building. So instead, as anything in the world, if you're willing to bet on yourself and defer gratification or defer payment, it's always going to be larger if it's tied to success.